Peace, love, and light. Welcome to High Frequencies Portal. My name is Q, and I'm here to do a general reading for Cancers. This reading will resonate if you have Cancer placements in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, and Mars. I call upon the elements of water, fire, earth, air, ether, and spirit. I ask our beautiful ancestors, angels, archangels, deities, animal totems, the universe, source, the divine, most high, God, our creator, to shine a beautiful, powerful message of healing and of power, of strength, as I intuitively and discerningly pick up on the energies and the number synchronicities of my cards, because I am one with my cards. As you can see, I am cleaning and clearing and cleansing the space with a Palo Santo stick. I also make Palo Santo and sage candles, so I am an alchemist. I include very powerful herbs to my candles to further strengthen its ability to banish negative energy. And as you can see, I have a spread of evil eye bracelets that I make. There are a variety. I make them for men, women, as well as children. So this one would be for a man. This is Palo Santo. This is evil eye, and there is black tourmaline on this particular bracelet. So I do call them the Trinity in regards to the protection. This is a child's bracelet, and this is black tourmaline beads with the evil eye. So I also make apparel, excuse me, and I will be providing the link to my store very soon, so please stay tuned with that. As you can see, welcome. I'm Higher Frequency. Thank you so much for tuning and tapping in. I am going to get started. I've run my mouth enough. So we're going to get some oracle messages. I am going to pull from Psychic Tarot. I'm going to also pull from Goddess Guidance, and then I will pull some messages from a deck that I created called Higher Frequency. They are channeled messages that I was given through a download from Divine during meditation. So let's go ahead and see what we have coming in for our beloved Cancers. So Divine Spirit of Love and Light, what messages do you have for our Cancers from the Psychic Tarot deck? What messages of love and light do you have for Cancers from the Psychic Tarot deck? Divine Spirit of Love and Light. I do have several stones here. I have my wand. This is my wand that I will be using. That is black agate. I also have my selenite wand for channeling, as well as my pink calcite, which is very good for channeling and intuition. And then I have my black tourmaline for grounding. If the energy gets a little chunk, they'll funky up in here. So let's see what's coming in for our Cancers, shall we? Thank you. Spirit of Love and Light, what messages do you have for our beloved Cancers from the Psychic Tarot deck? Divine Spirit of Love and Light, what messages? And I want to get a good shuffle on these so as not to carry any energy over from the other readings. I just did a Scorpio reading, so I want to make sure. That's why I always cleanse my space after each reading, so that the energy doesn't carry over or bleed over into the next reading. Ashe. So I'm hearing that's good. We're going to go ahead and cut the deck. The way that I cut my deck is I cut 3 times in 3 different directions. There is no right or wrong. That's just the way that I was instructed to do it. So I am obedient and I do it as such. So, all right, let's go ahead. And just so you know, I do not rush the messages. So please do not, take any issue with the length of time that I go into description or explaining or breaking down certain information. I like to follow the divine. So if you do not wish to have a very detailed message, I may not be the reader for you, because I get down and dirty. Ashe. So the bottom of the deck, you have balance. So this is beautiful energy, Cancer, to come into the reading with balance. So you're feeling very much in alignment with your higher self. You're really in harmony This is a number 11. And I always look at 11 as someone who's stepped into a new cycle, because we know that 10s denote endings. So I always liken the number 11 to the entrance into a new cycle, a new journey. And there's balance here, because there's been a lot of lessons that you have learned, a lot of wisdom that you have acquired. The 11 card in the Psychic Tarot deck, I believe it is the same as Temperance, but I do not want to assume, so please give me a moment as I confirm that. Nope, this is Justice. So, wow. So you're coming in already in a manner of having some sort of acknowledgement. The divine is acknowledging your efforts, your ability to stand on your square, to be honest. You've accumulated some form of positive karma. I feel that there's a sense of harmony in your inner life, as well as whatever is surrounding you in the physical world. I feel that you are making an effort to balance things out, when it comes to your relationships, love, business, or even your career. The Balance card can also speak to something that you may really be dealing with internally, but you're externalizing it because of some sort of inner conflict that you may be experiencing. So the divine could be suggesting that you just reapproach or reassess, thank you, Spirit, a situation. If there are any type of legal matters, I feel that they will rule in your favor. So there will be a favorable outcome for you. This is a reminder to remain humble, to treat the people around you and situations around you fairly, so that you can receive positive karma. Make sure that even when you make decisions, that you are in a state of balance, emotionally, mentally, physically, as well as spiritually. And this will most certainly assure that you will make very rational and logical decisions. So be honest with yourself, be caring, and be responsible for the choices that you decide, because straight out the gate you received the card, the Major Arcana. So this is obviously something that is of importance. This is something that's changing and shifting or altering within your world as we speak. So balance, beautiful. I heard one more message. Oh, one more, and then 5 cards fall out. So divine spirit of love and light. Let me have one more message for our beloved Cancers. Divine spirit of love and light. May I have one more message for Cancers from the Psychic Tarot deck. Divine spirit of love and of light. May I have one more message for Cancers? Oh man, that is crazy. They flew out, and they flew out so aggressively. So obviously, yeah, balance, something's very imbalanced. Something is very, very imbalanced. And there's a reason why there is a need to focus your energy on harmonizing not only your situation, like I said, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, but also I feel like in your mind, there's a lot happening in your mind, because I saw a lot of cards of despair that flew out, a lot of cards speaking to, you know, some sort of disruption, but they all flew out. And I definitely am not going to take every single card that flew out. So we're going to do this again. So let's go ahead. I want to pick up my black tourmaline just to get the energy grounded again. So give me one moment. Thank you, Spirit. Ashe. All right, let's try this again. Divine Spirit of Love and Light, may I have a message for Cancers? I take the jumpers. I do not take anything that flips. Take the ones that jump out, okay? So may I have a message of love and light for our beloved Cancers? Divine Spirit, may I have another message for Cancers from the Psychic Tarot deck? Thank you, Spirit. I have another message for our beloved Cancers, Divine Spirit of love and of light. I have one more message for our beloved Cancers. See, now they don't want to say anything. Before they had a whole lot to say, so you're trying to hold back. I feel like you need to communicate, express your feelings, express your thoughts. There's a lot of holding back. And we got patience. That flipped over. You have to have patience with yourself, patience with the process, whatever you're working on, whatever you're going through. The Divine wants you to be patient with yourself. Divine Spirit of Love and Light. A message for our beloved Cancers. Holding back, biting your tongue, not communicating and expressing your true feelings, your true thoughts. That's why you had balance. Maybe because you're imbalanced and you need to find balance. So that's interesting. Maybe you're out of balance. Thank you, Spirit. I have a message for our beloved Cancers from the Psychic Tarot deck. I have a message from, look at that. Look what just showed up. Throat chakra. As I said, that you need to find balance. You need to communicate, express your feelings and your thoughts. See that? You are blocked. And you need to unblock that throat chakra. Because when you suppress your feelings, suppress your emotions, that causes stress on the body, and that also blocks you from the true things, the true experiences in life. How will you ever know, like, where you can go, what your full potential is, if you don't even trust yourself to speak your truth? Thank you, Spirit. So let's see what this is that flew out. So we have emotional withdrawal. So perhaps that's why you're not communicating, because you are emotionally withdrawing your energy. You are in a state of healing. You're in a state of trying to balance yourself out, trying to restore the balance. And when you look, there's 8 and the 11, which reduces to 2, that makes 10. So there was some sort of ending that you have experienced. There was an ending to a cycle. There was an ending even of a marriage, a relationship. There was some sort of situation, whether it was a marriage, it has come to a complete ending, and now you are in a state of mind where you're focusing your energy on not only grounding yourself, but on your healing, learning to balance your emotions, focusing on purifying yourself. When I look at this card, it reminds me of the 8 of Cups. And so I feel like you may have pulled your energy away from someone so that you could refocus your energy on yourself, so that you could find emotional balance within your own self. Because maybe you feel like you gave so much to a relationship, gave so much of yourself to a situation, and it led to nowhere. And so now there is this refocus of your energy, of your emotions. There is this cleansing, this purification that you are really focused on. 8 is a number of progress, movement forward. It's a number of prosperity. It's a number of continued effort, continued action. It's an infinite possibilities. And so you are most certainly grounding yourself. You're praying, you're speaking powerful words and affirmations into the ethers. The water is very healing, especially for water signs. But I feel like it's also allowing you to connect to your own emotions. Perhaps if you have not had any type of emotional withdrawal, maybe going by bodies of water will be very healing to you in and of itself. But I see this number 8 as you continuing the effort to heal, to continue the effort to make some sort of take a step in a different direction in regards to your feelings, your emotions. And the fact that you are alone is speaking to you being very isolated at this time. And it's because you are seeking to first find that emotional fulfillment within yourself. And that's really truly the steps and the processes one should take in healing, is to first work on the self. Ashe. So the bottom of the deck, look at that. Positive movement forward. So whatever you have done to restore the balance, it does give you that gumption and that ability to move forward, to really find a lot of momentum. You're finding momentum. You're finding inspiration. There's a sense of a new beginning, the dawning of a new day. There's truth that you're coming into, enlightenment in terms of a direction, in terms of where you ought to go. This is a red card, and the red card is very much the root chakra energy. So I feel like this is most certainly a positive movement forward in regards to your security and your ability to take care of yourself, your ability to provide for yourself, whether that is by means of financial aspect or even in your family dynamic and aspect. This bird is taking off, so I feel like you're reaching new heights in regards to your financial success. It will take on it will most certainly be successful. Thank you, Spirit. And I also feel like, even in matters of love. So the black card is your spiritual power, and knowing that you have the ability to find this harmony, this balance, and this peace within, knowing that you need to. And when you are in alignment with yourself, you literally can become like a magician, an alchemist, because you'll have access to all of those elements. And you are healing. You're in a process of healing. I feel like you may have been in a process of healing if you are no longer healing. But that healing is what has opened you up to a whole whirlwind of truths. Truths about who you are, who you aren't, what you desire, what no longer serves you. And I feel like you have a lot of protection, a lot of spiritual guidance. You're receiving downloads. So this is beautiful. And then look at, voila, you move forward, positive movement forward, because you took that necessary time to balance yourself, to balance your emotions, to ground yourself. So that's powerful out the gate, beautiful energy. And let me put this back on the bottom of the deck. So that's beautiful. Cancers, love to see that type of effort. And we are in Cancer season. And as we know, we have 5 planets going in retrograde at the same damn time. So the energies are very, very, very powerful, very strong. They could even be heavy, to some regard, because a lot of people don't like to deal with their emotions. They tend to run from their emotions. They tend to hide it. They tend to suppress their emotions, their feelings. And so people really don't like when we come into that water energy, because it really forces you to go within. And, you know, Cancers, they are not only, they rule the moon, which is also a feminine energy, but it's also that which triggers your emotion. But Cancers tend to go deep. You know, that crab burrows himself in the sand. So that just speaks to the depth that Cancers have, and how deep and strongly they could feel, but they never express it, feel it, as a means of, I feel, protection. Same as Scorpios. Scorpios will, you know, feel very deeply, but they also will, you know, they're seen as very secretive, but it's not necessarily secretive. They just don't entrust everyone with their information, because they know how sussy people can be. So it's like, I'll hold on to my truth. You know, you could share all your truths if you want to, but I'm not letting you know everything, because I don't know if you're going to switch up on me in the long run, and then you'll be armed with all this personal information, information on me, and you'll know how to ultimately, you know, overtake my castle. So it's like, no, I'm not sharing everything. You can, though. I'm here for it. So, all right, I heard that's good enough. Let's go ahead and get the message for Cancers from the Goddess Guidance deck. As I said 3 times, 3 different directions is how I cut. That is just the way that it was downloaded to me to do so. And so, as I said, I am obedient and I do as I am told. So we have White Tara, sensitivity for Cancers. Cancers are very sensitive. Cancers are very intuitive. It says you are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. So you're growing very sensitive at this time. And it is because you're at a time where you are healing. So you're very sensitive to all of the things that may be foreign, you know, that might be, how can I say, toxic, harsh, that may bring some sense of imbalance, confusion into your life. So at a time of healing, and this is a very important time for Cancers, because we are in your time. This is your solar return time. This is the time where you shine. The sun is literally in your planet at this time. So you have to be very mindful of what you allow into your energetic space. And that could be why you have emotional withdrawal, because you can intuitively pick up on that fact, that truth. So you're taking the necessary time to go within, to delve deep, to dive deep, to listen to your own internal thoughts, to take those internal self audits, to listen to your own inner truth. And the beautiful thing about it is you could tell that your angels are with you, because there's footsteps in the sand. I've always noticed that there are these larger footsteps, right? And then there's the 2 that more than likely belongs to this divine energy here. So I feel like you do have the protection, and you do have your angels, ancestors that are instructing you and helping you to not only restore the balance, but to find harmony within yourself. So you are extremely sensitive. And you're sensitive because you're dealing with a time of healing at this time. Or you're in a time of healing, excuse me. So let's get one more message I heard from the Goddess Guidance deck for our beloved Cancers. Let's find a beautiful message for our beloved Cancers. Divine Spirit, may I have another message for our beloved Cancers from the Goddess Guidance deck. I take the jumpers. Divine Spirit, a message for Cancers. All right, so you are transforming, and that's what we can see. it flipped over, but this is still your message because it wanted to show itself. So you're going through a major transformation. And I feel through this transformation, you may not be communicating, but through this transformation, perhaps you are discovering and will change the manner in which, the manner in which you do communicate. Thank you, Spirit. Because this blue card speaks to the throat chakra. So maybe you're learning, you're transforming in that regard. The divine is trying to teach you how to speak your truth, how to express your truth, and not shy away from sharing that with others. Your voice is the only way that others will know how you feel, what you feel, even if you feel. Most people can misinterpret silence as if you don't care. So when you express yourself, you give people the ability to better understand you. So don't bite your tongue. Thank you, Spirit. So your message is home. It says Vesta, home. Your household situation is improving, either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. So Vesta, I liken this card not only to a physical house that you live in with a shelter over your head, a roof, and appliances and beds and furniture, but I speak to, when I see this card, I also think of the home that you live in within your body, your vessel. And so there's an occupant change, they're saying. There's a change. There's shifts. When you hear change, that means that something is either exiting your life, or someone is exiting, or someone could be entering into your life. If your household situation is improving, then that means that there are positive changes that are occurring at this time. And these positive changes seem to be happening after you've taken those necessary steps to not only find the balance and harmony within yourself, and to emotionally withdraw so that you can hear your own inner truth and come into a space of spiritual illumination, but also discovering what you're sensitive to, what doesn't serve you, what doesn't really honor who you are. And so when you see your household situation is improving, then perhaps you are either making a decision to either leave a situation that no longer is becoming, is no longer serving you in your authenticity, or you could be absolutely expelling certain people that you may have had these connections with, emotional connections with. You may be kind of releasing these individuals from your energetic body, which is also your home. So this is powerful. This is a yellow card, and the yellow deals with the third chakra, which is your solar plexus. And the solar plexus is your power chakra. So your power chakra is pretty much the place where you become empowered. You know, it's the power chakra because that is how you become empowered, literally. And you become empowered by those experiences that you may have had in your childhood, in your life, that have been very traumatic, but they taught you valuable lessons about the self, yourself, who you are, who you aren't. And there's a lot of orange here, and then there's a feminine energy. So I do feel like there's a sense of tapping into that energy of creation, creativity. There could be a divine feminine that's entering, evolving, morphing into this energy of divine femininity, embracing sexuality. This is who you are, showing up in your truest form. But something is changing, and I feel this change is certainly involving perhaps a divine feminine or a feminine that could be either exiting or entering into the picture. So we shall see when the actual reading takes place. Look what we have here on the bottom of the deck. Mother Mary, expect a miracle. This is beautiful. This says, have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. So whatever you have prayed for in private, whatever you've asked for, whatever mantras you've sent up, whatever affirmations that you have spoken into the ethers, into the universe, the divine is letting you know. And so it is. It is coming into fruition. You are being blessed with a yes. You have angels around you, protecting you, guiding you. And there's going to be something beautiful that is coming in for you. So that's amazing. I love it. So next, we're going to post messages, like I said, from my higher frequency deck. These are messages that I receive through download, through meditation. So I like to, incorporate these messages into the readings as well. Very powerful messages. We see rejection is for your protection. So perhaps someone that you really fancied, cared for, they may have rejected you. And the divine wants you to know that what is meant for you, what is divinely meant for you, is for you. Whatever isn't, let that shit go. Pardon my language. I see that you're vibrating on a higher frequency, or at least you are aspiring to. You're focused on that. Music soothes the soul, so you may find comfort in music. You may find answers and truths in music. If you are feeling saddened at this time, the divine wants you to turn that frown upside down. There's always a reason to smile. There's always a reason to find joy and peace in your life. I feel like you're coming into a time where you are going to be meeting your soul tribe, your soul family, making some very profound connections with people. I feel like you're releasing an old version of yourself, and it can be scary because something that you're so used to, it becomes kind of like routine. But it's like we have to realize that the relationships, some of the people that we have in our circles are a part of, a karmic soul tie. And oftentimes when we learn lessons, that means that that soul tie, that connection is to also end. And that could also be why you had the Justice card, because some of those contracts are coming to completion. And as you can see, there is a circle, which means completion. So something has come full circle, and there's balance. So use your intuition, listen to your intuition, trust your own inner knowing. The divine is sending you the love and the light to proceed. Be thankful for that, because there's always something beautiful that is around you to remind you of not only who you are, but what you are. And we have speak it into existence. Words are powerful, and we already see that's what you were doing. So let's go ahead and cut the deck. Thank you, Spirit. So what messages do you have for our beloved Cancers from higher frequency deck, Divine Spirit? May I have a message of love and of light for our beloved Cancers? Bottom of the deck, we have I Speak Energy. So when that card comes up, this is about trusting your own inner knowing. When you speak energy, you're very intuitive in terms of the level of sensitivity. Like you could feel the energy. It's almost like you're clairsentient, because that's when you could feel the energy. Somebody can enter the room and you could just feel the energy shift, change, whether in a positive means or a negative means. But when you could speak energy and you feel that energy, that just speaks to the level of sensitivity that you have intuitively. So you're highly intuitive and very discerning at this time. Trust what you're feeling. That's what I'm hearing, is like they want you to trust what you're feeling. Trust whatever is coming up. Do not question it. Do not go against it. Trust it. Let it sit. Feel it. and then make the decision. But don't push it back. Don't push it down. Don't repress it. Don't suppress it. Let it come in. Let it just flow. And then ask yourself, what is this message? Why am I having these thoughts? What is trying to be conveyed to me at this time? But whatever you are picking up energetically, you have to sit with that, because Cancers are highly intuitive. All water signs are highly intuitive. Scorpios, highly intuitive. Pisces, highly intuitive. Cancers are also intuitive, but you have to trust what you're feeling. You have to trust it. I think Cancers, really have that ability to delve deep as well. So you have to listen to, whatever is coming up within you. All right. Thank you, Spirit. So we have purge. Wow. So there is a purge that you need to make. And this is regarding people, places, and things. So you have almost 3 cards, because I like to see how the messages repeat themselves throughout the different decks. And when I see this card here, Vesta Home, and it's saying that your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. And then I see purge, and I was already picking up intuitively that there could be someone exiting a situation, your energetic, your energy field, or there could be someone entering. But I feel like you have to purge someone. And then you had sensitivity. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals, right? So when you get this purge card along with these messages, this is just triple, because now this is the 3rd time that this message is being conveyed. You need to purge, Cancer. You have to release something. There was a lot of blockage. I could feel the block. You remember how everything just spat out. All the cards it was like it wouldn't come. And then when it did, it was just like, it just flew out. And what that shows me is that you are suppressing. You're suppressing your voice. You're suppressing your feelings. So you need to purge some things, because they are no longer serving you. You are going through a transformation. And even this card, this blue card, which showed up in the Goddess Guidance deck, that just turned over, and I spoke on it, because it was a blue card, and I said, well, maybe there's a transformation in regards to how you express yourself that is necessary, because the butterflies represents transformation. And so there was so many butterflies on that card. So I feel like that is just expressing the necessity for you to transform the manner in which you communicate, the manner in which you express yourself. Suppressing your emotions it's like toxic to your body, and it causes stress. So there's things that need to be released. That's why you clean the space. That's why you clear it, because that energy can become very heavy, very negative. And if you are holding on to people that are negative and toxic to you, how does that bring positivity and abundance and prosperity into your life? It doesn't. It blocks it. It actually banishes it. If you're holding on to certain places, whether that's a home, you're living in a home with someone that you despise, that you can't stand, the two of you don't get along, but you're living together because of what? The bills? That's something you need to purge, because you have to entrust yourself with the ability to be self-sufficient, self-reliant, independent. So release those things that are not fitting you, whether it's gossiping with folks, whether it's partaking in certain behaviors that you know are no longer serving your greatest good, that speak against the very person that you are. It's time to make those necessary changes. Purge people, places, and things. Powerful. I love it. So the bottom of the deck, we have no bad energy. Look at that. So it's time to release the bad energy. You got a lot of folks around you, Cancers, that are a little sussy. All right. These are individuals whom don't want to see you succeed, don't want to see you progress, don't want to see you successful. They just want to hold on to you because they're miserable. The no bad energy are people who have, and when you got purge and then no bad energy, it's like this is letting you know that it's time to make a change. It is time to, kind of reassess your circle of friends, your family members that may be toxic, reassess even your career choices, your job, your environment, period. No bad energy encompasses no bad energy. Not in your place of employment, not in your place of home living, not in your own self, not in your financial. It's like banishing, purging anything that does not bring light and love and peace and balance into your life. So that's your message there on the bottom of the deck. So now let's get into the reading. We're going to do a Celtic cross. How many minutes are we in? We're in 40 minutes into the reading, and those were just those were our oracle messages. I always like to start my readings with the oracle message because I feel like it establishes a very solid foundation for the reading. And so we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords here on the split. So the Queen of Wands is fire energy. So that's about an action. That's a feisty energy as well. Very creative energy, very passionate, very attractive. Maybe you were in some sort of relationship, a commitment with a fire sign, Cancer. Because I'm seeing the Four of Wands and then I see the King of Pentacles. So there's some sort of divine timing. Temperance is at play. Patience is necessary. So let's delve into the messages. See what we got. See what we got coming in. There goes the ending of a cycle. Completion. Something has come full circle. You have grown, you have evolved, you have transformed, and that's why the divine is telling you it's time to release, time to purge. No bad energy. That's why I felt like that 11 was showing that you were entering into a new cycle. I see the Ace of Cups here, so there is a sense of, healing yourself, because that ace always feels like it deals, for me, the aces are gifts from the divine, but I feel like they're gifts from the divine because you have done that work on yourself in whatever area. So if it's the Ace of Cups, I feel like you have learned to love yourself. You've realized your worth and value. You started to really nurture yourself in that regard. And I see the Judgment. So you have emerged stronger, wiser. You've been protected. You've taken the time out. This is another card of like emotional withdrawal, meditating. And you see that crab. So this is the energy that I am feeling. That crab on his head. This is Cancerian energy. And so you are most certainly withdrawing. You're not, because the Four of Cups in traditional tarot kind of looks like, the person is just sitting there and sulking, but on this card, it's more meditative. It's more like he's meditating to get things straight. He's going within. So that's a beautiful energy to, to reflect, to gain introspection. So that's the way you can make very wise decisions, when you take that time to go within. And he's going within by not being around any distractions, releasing, himself from anything that can distract him and take him off his course. So we see the Seven of Cups, a lot of choices, a lot of decisions. So let's go ahead, get one more shuffle. I keep seeing Temperance. So there's a matter of, emotional balance, harmony, patience. Patience isn't something that you just sit around waiting and to do. Patience is also a form of action. So you have to be proactive in even matters where it's requiring you to be patient. So, just because something may not be working in the timing that you expect it to, the divine wants you to know that you most certainly, can take that time to be proactive and do things to ensure the outcome is favorable. So working on yourself, emotionally balancing yourself, grounding yourself, utilizing those elements around you to manifest what you wish for, hope for, and desire. So the bottom of the deck will be our overall energy. You know how I do. And we have the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups, this is water energy. This could speak to celebrations, reunions. There is an element of, it's almost as if these people are kind of partying too much. When I look at this card, I just get the sense that, they're partying so much that they are about to like fall into this water. They're about to fall into this little pond. And there are 3 fishes that are circling, these 3 individuals. And fishes are very, very intuitive. They also represent fertility. So I feel there's perhaps some indication that, maybe someone is partying a little too much, drinking a little too much. And you did have White Tara saying that you're growing increasingly sensitive. And it's, telling you to avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. So if there is a situation that you are entangled in where you're drinking a little more than necessary, then I do feel like, this could most certainly be encouraging you not to do so. This is your current energy. So this can be, very frivolous energy, intoxication. It is a happy card, but this also can be, like I said, someone who's doing a little too much partying on the, with friends, socializing and bonding, and maybe drinking a little too much. So I'm only picking up on that message because of the White Tower card saying, really strongly advising against harsh chemicals and things of that nature. So let's go ahead. That's the current energy, Cancer. So let's go ahead and see what else we got. Nashe. So Divine Spirit, 11 Light. What is crossing? Okay, so we have 2 cards here for crossing. Which one do you want for crossing? All right, so this first card, and we have the 6 of Cups. So we know this 6 of Cups, this is very nostalgic energy. This is someone who is daydreaming about a time when they were with their beloved. This is someone who's really missing someone. There's a sense of someone returning, reunion, wanting to celebrate. And this is 2 cards of water. So you have 6 of Cups, and then you have the 3 of Cups. So the 3 of Cups, I'm sorry, this was your overall energy. And this is your current energy. Pardon me, Cancers. So the 6 of Cups, this is about reunion, wanting to reunite, reconnect. Someone is really missing someone that they have a lot of love for. I feel there's a lot of psychic communication. Either someone daydreams about someone a lot, or they dream about them, period, at night. Someone is really missing someone from their past. This could be someone that you have known when you were a child. Someone, when you were younger even. Someone that is pretty, someone who's really, really, I don't want to say in love, but it kind of sort of looks like love, because the 6, 6 represents love. 6 is the number of harmony. 6 is, beautiful number. And I feel like these 2 people, they really have a chemistry. They have a bond like none other. And you can see this older couple seated on this bench. Perhaps you met your beloved and, at a bench, on a bench. I get a sense that someone may want to come in and they may want to really nurture, ground, reconnect It's about equal give and take. It's a reciprocal gesture. Someone is really, having some sort of romantic interest for their friend. Someone from their past is going to reappear into their life, and this is a childhood friend. This is someone that you have known for a significant amount of time. I feel like something that you thought was lost, Cancer, can be recovered. This is about reconciliation. Ashe. So this is your current energy. All right. So far, so good. I'm liking what I'm seeing. So this was the second card. So look what we have here. What's crossing is the Eight of Cups. So someone most certainly walked away from a situation. They walked away because they felt like there was no equal give and take. It seemed like they felt unfulfilled, like there were secrets. They only knew half of the story. They didn't really know what was going on in the connection. Someone would be very flighty, in and out. It was I'm hearing thief by night. It's like they would just show up whenever they want to, and then they disappear, and then they reappear. And it's like someone got tired of that because they knew they deserved more. And so someone may have just, completely walked away, whether this be your energy or someone that you were dealing with, Cancer. But I am getting a sense that someone finally made a decision to walk away from a romantic relationship that was not fulfilling to them. They felt like they gave and gave and gave, but they didn't get anything in return. And so they let this love situation pass, even though there was a lot of time and effort and energy that they had put into this connection. But I feel there was some sense of like emotional drudgery, like really like they were pulling teeth, or you were pulling teeth. You could have been dealing with another water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is what's crossing. But I feel like someone felt like they needed to distance themselves from some sort of emotional situation and put it behind them because they wanted to find what they knew they were deserving of. They knew that they deserved more, and so they went to go find it. They went to find that Eight of Cups. And this could be your energy. Maybe you're going to find this person that you are fancying and thinking of nonstop, because you know that this person brings a lot of love, a lot of laughter. And like I said before, I feel like the two of you and this person may be really communicating psychically, telepathically. I feel in the past you struggled with communication, Cancer, but you have worked hard to ground yourself, ground your energy. We'll clarify the messages. This is just what I'm picking up on now. So what's in Cancer's subconscious? What is in Cancer's subconscious? Thank you. So there was some sort of juggling act. Juggling work, juggling home, juggling people, juggling relationships. You're just juggling, And there was a sense that you felt like you needed to be loyal to someone and hold someone on higher regard, even though the other person may have been a little more stable for you. But you were loyal to someone. There is a sense that there may be some distance between you and what you may want, what you may desire. But you have a lot on your shoulders. I feel one of these two choices could definitely be your twin flame, because there's a yin yang on the hat. So I do feel like that one of these people are most certainly like your soul. They're a part of your soul tribe. Someone who sees you, feels you. That there's a lot of emotion. If you look in the back, that water is like, not only does it run deep, but there's a lot of emotion, a lot of waves and movement. But there's a strong need for you to ground yourself. And I think in the past, that could have been what caused someone to walk away, because you were juggling. And this is what's in your subconscious. So you're fully aware of that being, you know, the absolute destruction of that connection that you had with someone. So there was a decision that you needed to make. You needed to make a decision. You needed to not only make that decision, but stand on that, you know, that truth. And it needed to be something solid. Because whatever this person wanted from you, they wanted to take the connection to a different level, but you knew you couldn't because you was already attached emotionally, financially. There was already some sort of contract that you were already a part of, it seems like, because that's what we have here. This is justice. Justice speaks to contracts, marriages, relationships. So that's why you couldn't invest, and that's why that person walked away. But we see that there is a desire now to, you know, return to someone who you have known from your childhood. So let's see, Cancer, what is in Cancer's foundation? Message of love and light, divine spirit. What is in Cancer's foundation? We are 56 minutes into the reading. What is in Cancer's foundation? I do not rush my messages, as I said before. So this one flipped over. We got the Five of Swords. So there was a lot of toxicity in your relationship, a lot of arguments, one-upping. I'm just getting the sense that you was dealing perhaps with a fire sign, Cancer. And I think that you finally saw the truth and stood your ground. You made a decision to really listen to your intuition. But someone brought a lot of toxicity, drama into this connection. And you had to listen to your intuition. I think you saw someone for who they truly were. I feel like you were very loyal. Or you may have felt like you needed to be loyal to whomever you were attached to. But it was just like, I'm hearing it was like a never-ending battle. You see how large that mountain is? Mountain denotes trouble, turbulence, and difficulties, and traumatic experiences. So what is in the foundation? That card flipped over, by the way. That's why I didn't put it on there. Okay, so two cards flipped out. All right, I heard this is the first one. So your foundation is, you have what? That's the Two of Cups. So you are realizing, Cancer, that you have a very spiritual connection, a past life connection, even with someone who is of because I am seeing a chalice, and I'm seeing water in the backdrop. So this could be either an air sign, or this could be a water sign. Maybe you have air in your chart, and air element is, you know, that's Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. But I feel you're realizing that you have some sort of karmic, not even karmic, excuse me, some sort of powerful twin flame soulmate connection with someone. And the divine is almost confirming that truth, that fact. This is the coming together of two. And this is yin and yang. And I feel like the masculine's energy is really expressing a lot of love and a lot of passion, while this feminine energy is really receiving it. I feel through communicating, the two of you can strengthen your bond. But I do feel for the first time you're starting to realize just how, excuse me, just how powerful the connection is. The 6 is a beautiful spiritual union. This is the coming together of two. This is two people who speak the same love language. Two people who can come into union and truly manifest. This is a blissed union at that. And I feel that the two of you may have gone in separate directions, because there is an X that is in the heart. And so there may have been some sort of crossroad that the two of you found yourself on. There was some sort of quandary that could have interrupted the connection. And we do see here, obviously, with the Two of Pentacles, this person could have, either you or this person, Cancer, could have, like I said, been juggling, having to make a decision in regards to this loveship, this connection, this relationship. But there is a deeper soul tie that is being indicated here. Very powerful. So recent past, we got the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is, in this card, you could see clearly someone is giving more to another than they are to the other party. So that's why I feel like this is what this energy is, the Two of Pentacles, putting one person in. And this is what happens when you're juggling. This is why it's not, that's just not something you should do. I feel like people should just be honest, be transparent. Don't play with people's feelings and emotions, because not only is it disrespectful and hurtful, but it's also something that you have to pay for karmically. I think people don't think about how what they do, they have to most certainly answer for it. Even if not to that person per se, you're going to have to answer to the divine for that. So it's like, just be just, be righteous, be honest, be forthcoming. And I'm not saying this is your energy. I'm saying someone in this scenario, within this dynamic, was most certainly juggling. There was some level of juggling. Someone was attached. They may have had a family with someone, lived with someone. There was a sharing of finances. And that's why this person felt the need to be loyal to one connection, hold that to a higher esteem than the connection that was more than likely more solid, more grounded for them. So here, the Six of Pentacles, recent past, obviously there was, again, two people that were in the picture, or three people, excuse me. So this is showing that there's someone being breadcrumbed along. You're feeding this person not only nourishment, but you're giving them your time, your energy, you're acknowledging them. You're making them feel special because you're giving your energy, your attention, your focus on them, while this person is sitting here and you haven't even handed the bread. They're hungry too. They're drinking, but this isn't equal give and take. So it's almost as if you are literally entertaining two people, but one person is getting more of that undivided attention while the other person doesn't. And so this other person that was left on the side realized that they had to just make a decision to do something spontaneous, and that could have been walking away, or that could be you who chose to walk away. So what's coming towards our beloved Cancers? What's coming towards our beloved Cancers? Okay, so 3 cards just flipped out. What's coming towards you is, I see a Knight of Cups. I heard take this one. So this Knight of Cups, this is usually a prince in shining armor. Very charming, very chivalrous. Knight of Cups is someone who's very emotionally intelligent. They know how to express their feelings. They're not really cut off in that regard or reserved in that regard. This is someone who will be very chivalrous, take you out to eat, pull your chair out, order your food, open your car door. Very charming. And this is someone who can be coming in to either offer their cup of love or to even offer an apology. I see feathers that are, it looks like, coming out of the helmet of this knighted individual. And so I feel like it's almost as if they're being spiritually guided to come in to make this small gesture, because obviously there's a whole lot of loving and a whole lot of emotions that they're feeling, but they are trying their hardest to, reserve that, to keep it on the low. I just heard, to keep it on the low. But I'm telling you that this connection can most certainly lead to conception. So be very careful, because this fish, like I said, fishes are very fertile. But it's also intuition. So someone is coming in, and this could be a Pisces as well. But someone is really, really coming in. I get the sense that they're very protective of themselves, but they're open to make this gesture. I feel like there's been some sort of reflection, and they've learned some valuable lessons. So there is a Six of Swords here, and the Six of Swords speaks to someone leaving a situation. So remember when you had Vesta about a move? Well, that's what Vesta is. It says your household situation is improving, either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. Well, and let me show it to you because I'm looking at it. So remember that? Well, the Six of Swords is, again, confirming that there's going to be a move. Maybe the person that you are fancying, someone that you care for, someone that you're realizing you have some sort of love or some soul connection tied to, lives at a distance, and you're planning to take a trip, to visit, to go on vacation, on a holiday. I feel like the masculine is coming into some sort of intuition, receiving some sort of download to go after their beloved. This feminine energy is holding like a box, and it kind of sort of looks like a ring box. So it's like you're coming into some calmer waters. I feel like someone's really contemplating taking some sort of action, going in a completely different direction, but they're moving. There's movement, and there's a sense of going after, what you want, going after what's meaningful to you. Thank you, Spirit, because there's a lot of love, and you can see clearly that they're leaving all of the drama, all of the negativity behind. You see all of those big mountains in the backdrop. It's just, that's all of the difficulties, all of the terrain that you've had to cross, all of the, it's very heavy. I can feel, just the heaviness of that energy, what you've had to do to get past it, to get through it. And that's why the divine was saying purge. That's why you had the no bad energy, because everything that you have experienced has been experienced to almost break you down. It seems like they were lessons, and you have been passing them, because I'm seeing you make the necessary decisions so that you could come into a space and time where you're more receptive of what you desire. But this is a passage, it's showing that you are going through a passage from a very difficult time. And I feel like you're no longer carrying that burden. You're moving on, and you're feeling that relief from the grief and the pain. And you're no longer burdened by the circumstances of the other people that you were being inconvenienced by. I feel like you were carrying everyone's weight on your shoulders, and you finally chose to move in a different direction and go on your own spiritual path, on your own journey, so that you can really find that balance in yourself. This is powerful. This is a powerful reading, Cancers. Kudos to you for this, because this is not easy. It really isn't. To actually do the work isn't easy. People think it's, the work is just, being able to say you're enlightened because you know a couple of phrases and you could post a couple of memes on your social media, so you're enlightened. Voila, I'm woke. But it entails so much more than that. It's really that work that you do within, that internal work, that spiritual work. And it's not easy, trust. It's so not easy. And I see here that you are most certainly proactive in your own happiness. So what we have after that is we have the page of, we have the page, oh my goodness, okay, there we go. We have the Page of Pentacles. So we have an offer, that Page of Pentacles is typically, this could be you working on a new project. This could be you starting some new endeavor, going on a new path. Or this could be someone that's coming in to make a very solid offer of commitment to you. This could be a job offer even. This could be someone giving you a monetary gift. Whatever it is, it's very solid, because you can see he has to hold this pentacle with two hands. And his muscles are even bulging because that's how heavy this pentacle is. So there's obviously, a lot that could come from this beautiful gesture. And I feel like, this is something that's solid. This is something that is going to most certainly require hard work and dedication. I feel someone is really enthusiastic for experience, for commitment, to invest. This could be someone who's studying something new or learning some new craft also. So maybe you're learning something new. Maybe you are a student. Maybe you're taking some classes. But most certainly you have some new adventure that is approaching, and you will be diligently studying and working tediously on this goal of yours. I feel like this also can, again, this is something very practical that you are thinking about. I feel like you've, crossed your T's and dotted your I's, so you've weighed the pros and cons. But there's something new, that is unfolding here, that's coming in, and it's certainly going to lead to a level of success, because that Page of Pentacles isn't afraid of hard work. And he's also, he's got a loyal friend next to him, which is this dog. So I feel like, you're going to be accompanied by some very loyal individuals in this new cycle. And remember, you did have that soul tribe card that showed up. So you will be meeting people who are like minds. Ashe. So what's let me put this back. Okay, so the Emperor just came out in reverse. So you could have been dealing with a fire sign that was very nasty. When the Emperor is in reverse, this is someone who's a gaslighter, someone who's very toxic, narcissistic, controlling, feisty, negative, my way or the highway. They feel very, very, very domineering over your life. So that energy flipped over. You could have been connected to a fire sign. That's Aries, Leo, or Sag. So what is Cancer's attitude? Okay. So your attitude right now is you are in a powerful place of looking at things very logically, paying attention to those red flags, because you've come out of a time where you felt like you were duped. You felt like you were taken for granted. You may have, you may have allowed yourself to be manipulated in a lot of ways. And you're no longer doing that. I feel like now you are being more logical. You're using head over heart. I feel like you've learned a valuable lesson. And I feel this time around, if you detect any type of bullshit, any type of, negativity, this is you saying no bad energy. You're on guard and you're ready for it. Once you detect deception, because you are a human lie detector, and you can detect bullshit, you will definitely cut people, places, and things off without a second thought. This bull also is very symbolic of someone who can be very stubborn. So, make sure that, you're not being stubborn in those situations that can require a little reflection, self-reflection, that is. But you're being very honest. You're looking at things from that bird's eye view. And you're seeking the truth, you're speaking the truth, you stand on the truth. That's all you want to deal with. Anything that does not honor the truth, you don't want no parts of it. You are definitely not going to allow yourself to be manipulated, connived, deceived, betrayed this time around. So who's in Cancer's environment? I have a message of love and light. Who is in Cancer's environment? Who is in Cancer's environment? All right, so I see the Nine of Wands. So you could have been dealing with someone who you are blocking out. I feel like you're blocking them out. I feel like, you've certainly gone through some moments where you felt like you were in a battle and you couldn't trust these individuals. You gave and gave and gave, and you never felt like there was any appreciation, but there definitely wasn't any reciprocity in that regard. And so you've kind of fortified your boundaries, not allowing anyone in. Remember, these are the flippers. I'm just kind of expounding on it a little bit, but this isn't the actual message for the reading. But I mean, it is the message in the reading, but this isn't the card that I am going to choose because it didn't fall out. I take the jumpers. But this is you fortifying your boundaries, blocking people, places, and things. And that does make sense because remember, you were in this energy of emotional withdrawal, So you are in emotional withdrawal because you are reassessing some of these individuals. And there goes that Hermit. So we know that the Hermit, this is a wizard. He's wise. You can see he's carrying keys. He carries the keys to life. So the wizard knows that in order for him to, come into any type of enlightenment or to gain clarity, he has to trust his own inner knowing. So he does not allow any distractions or anything from external to influence his decisions or his opinions in any way, shape, or form. He goes within and he goes into a place where he can literally hear his higher self. So he is in isolation, he's in solitude, and he's seeking the truth. Truth about passion, truth about love, truth about his emotions. And he most certainly will gain that wisdom that he is seeking. So that's powerful. That's a healing energy, a healing process. So what is in Cancer's environment? Divine Spirit of love and light. Thank you, Spirit. So, wow, you have the sun. And the sun is beautiful, it's vibrant, it's vivacious, it brings love and life to a situation. It's clarity, it's truth, it's happiness, it's material abundance, success. I see children on this card. And I see a divine feminine who is tending to her own business. So this is an energy of proactivity, working on your projects, being abundant, and still being a mother. There's something coming in that you are not aware of. You can see there's a ship kind of coming in behind you. So someone at a distance could be traveling to see you, to visit you. There could be a message of some sort that's coming in unexpectedly. I feel like whatever is coming in, it could lead to you being a mother. It could lead to you could be a mother already. You could have 2 children, a daughter and a son. I'm hearing. These sunflowers are, they represent life. They follow the sun. So there is some truth that you have been following. And this truth is leading you to it's leading you to I feel not only vitality, but it's leading you to a renewal of hope. There's a sense of vibrance. There's a sense of clarity, enlightenment. The sun is masculine energy as well. And the sun deals with the ego. It's how others tend to see us. We are in the sun sign of Cancer. So this could just be you and where you are. Maybe you are finally seeing the truth, seeing the light. I feel that you are being proactive. You could be taking care of your responsibilities, working. There's a lot of love. So this is powerful, beautiful. So that could be your energy, Cancer, because like I said, we are in the sun sign of Cancer at this time. So let's get a little deeper. What is in Cancer's hopes and fears? Okay, this one flipped out. Look at that. What you're hoping for is truth. What you're hoping for is honest communication. What you're hoping for is to move in a different direction, change of opinions, change of ideas. This is seeing something differently, having some sort of clarity or enlightenment. The Ace of Swords cuts you free from any type of toxicity, any type of karmic cords that you may be attached to, codependencies. That Ace of Swords is very much an energy of even new ideas, spark of a new creative idea. You could be working on a new project, could be working on something that's very meaningful, very inspirational rather. That Ace of Swords, really, with the fire there, I feel like whatever this is, it's something you're very passionate about. Because that passion, first of all, the element of fire, you know, it can be destructive. But it's also, like I said, something that can be very passionate, emotional. I feel if there's something that needs to be said, I think you're fearing that someone has some sort of aggressive means of communication. Maybe there was some sort of argument that you may have had. This is the fear also. I'm trying to see both angles. You know, if you're fearing this Ace of Swords, maybe you're fearing that there is some anger. There's some sort of opposition, or you're anticipating some sort of argument with someone, strife, or some sort of enemy that is coming in to be defensive or destructive in some way. But like I said, this could also, because when we are playing both sides in terms of your hopes, that could just be you wanting some honest communication. Someone to be honest, someone to be transparent, someone to speak their truth, the whole truth, nothing but. And the truth entails the truth. You can't sugarcoat the truth. The truth is just what it is. So maybe sometimes the truth can be hurtful, and not intentionally so, but that could be it as well. So let's go ahead and find out the outcome for our Cancers. We are 1 hour and 23 minutes. So we have the Three of Wands here. So the outcome, I feel that there's some sort of incoming communication, a message. I feel like you have definitely been waiting for something, anticipating something, and you've kind of listened to your intuition, and you know that there's something that's incoming, some change that is abound. Because this is three to me, I hear ready, set, go. So I feel like you were preparing yourself for a while. You were being proactive, and now you're ready to launch, to take off, to, you know, look at something from a bird's eye view. Maybe you've gained that bird's eye view. Maybe you've, you know, come into something more, you know, analytically, because you were analytical rather. But you are most certainly, it's something that I feel you, like I said, was anticipating. And it looks like there's something coming in for you as well, because if you look at this bird here, it's like he's carrying something. So I feel like there's some sort of message, or this can be just that intuition, you know, that spiritual download from the divine, nudging you in a particular direction, nudging you to take action. Because the Three of Wands, that wand energy is about action, taking action. It's about movement forward. There are 3 red flags. So I feel like, you know, those flags, or those red those red flags, I'm gonna just call them red flags, can also be you, just, ready to follow your passion. And your passion may most certainly be something that you have felt inhibited by for a while. But I feel that you've taken that time to see things from a different perspective. You've taken the time to heal from those past wounds, because she's wearing this yellow, and this yellow is just reminding me of the power chakra. And so, those red flags, I feel like that's just you saying, you're paying attention to the red flags moving forward. And those red flags that you may have discovered are what's encouraging, motivating, and inspiring you to take action. We see that you are leaving, indecision and confusion behind, because these two wands are going to stay there while you take that ace. That ace is what's going to lead you on this new journey, this new passionate journey. Thank you, Spirit. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. So this is a quick communication, abrupt communication. Someone coming in rather hot and heavy. The Knight of Swords is usually someone that tends to speak without thinking fully. They have a tendency to just kind of say whatever's on their mind. But they have a true heart, and they're, very independent spirit. They have a boldness about them. Others can take it as I said, that you just say whatever's on your mind, kind of harsh, rash. But I feel like you're on something's, there's a new path, a new pursuit. And it's because you want to attain some sort of goal, acquire something new. There's a vigor about you, strength, purpose. So you are choosing your course of direction, a new path. And you're choosing the right path over an easy path. So remember what we had when we saw that you needed to make a decision in terms of your home. So something may seem very comfortable, but comfortable isn't always the best option. So let's clarify these messages, shall we? So we're going to use the black and gold tarot deck to clarify. Nash. So divine spirit of love and light. Look what we have on the split. Got the Three of Swords. So there's definitely some sort of heartbreak that you've gone through, Cancer. We have a message of love and light for our beloved Cancers. And there goes the sun. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. That's what I just heard, like so loud in my mind's eye. The sun. And the sun is already in the card. So I just feel like you see something for what it truly is, finally. And it's almost like, you didn't see it for a while. There goes the Knight of Swords. So you're changing the course of direction. You know what you want. You know what you deserve. And I feel like you're going in that direction unapologetically. And there you are, the moon. That's your element. That's your energy. You're delving deep. You're discovering something. Discovering a truth about something. Discovering the truth about someone that is not and does not have your best interest at heart. That could also speak to you lying to yourself, Cancer. There's something that was hidden. Something that was hidden. This High Priestess, I liken her to Scorpio energy, because Scorpios are highly intuitive, as is this beautiful High Priestess, who's not only intuitive but clairvoyant and psychic. And I feel like whatever is hidden, the divine is telling you, trust your intuition, your own inner knowing. Whatever is hidden, pertaining a marriage, pertaining a relationship. So we're going to see what these messages are. Definitely dealing with family matters. This is all you want. Remember, you had that 8 of Cups. Someone, that's all they want, is to have a happy family. Something balanced. To have that happy house, happy spouse. To have that connection with someone from their past. Look at this. Someone from your past. I think you're thinking about someone from your past in a greater esteem. In a greater, you hold someone to a higher esteem. And I feel like this person doesn't even know. But you got the 3 of Pentacles and the 6 of Cups. So you see this connection or this person from your past, Cancer, as someone that you can really collaborate with, work with. It could lead to a higher level of commitment, I'm hearing. Someone that you would be willing to invest in. And I feel it's because, yep, look at this. You're thinking of marriage. I think there may be some differences that you can't, that you have been having some issues with, maybe in regards to religious beliefs, maybe just cultural differences. But at the end of the day, who are we to judge? Love is love. Love is love. And there goes that Knight of Cups. I think there's a decision that's made to follow your heart. Follow your heart's content. Coming in ready, armed with your love, armed with your truth, ready to communicate, express it, show it, share it, because you can see that connection, reaching a higher level. Okay, so let's clarify these messages, Cancer, shall we? Let's clarify. This is a beautiful reading, though. I see a lot of effort to be true to yourself. Bottom of the deck, Hermit. And that's what flew, that's kind of what turned around. So there's been a deep soul healing, listening to your own inner truth, your own inner knowing, healing perhaps from, some past issues. Could have been cheating, reflecting back on the past, reflecting back on your behavior, maybe someone else's behavior which caused this pain. You see that? Seeking the truth in the matter, trying to understand it. Maybe there was a lot of foolery, fuckery, but there's also, a desire to reconcile, to reconnect. And you're seeking answers as to how to do so. But more importantly, you're trying to heal. And you're staying optimistic. You're holding on to that hope. So Divine Spirit of Love and Light. Why is the 6 of Cups here for Cancer's current energy? Why is the 6 of Cups here for Cancer's current energy? Divine Spirit of Love and Light. I have a message for Cancer's. Why is this 6 of Cups here for Cancer's current energy? Thank you. So we have the Page of Cups. New love, baby. This is a love offer. Shocking. This is an apology. This is someone coming in saying, look, I apologize. Please forgive me. But this could also be someone new. But the fact that it's the 6 of Cups, which means someone from your past returning, I feel like there's maybe some sort of apology, because obviously someone left the connection, because right before the 6 is the 5. The 5 of Cups is, depicted as someone really being nostalgic about someone leaving, making a decision, and they're feeling remorseful and regret. And so I am seeing here that there is this desire to come in and reconcile. I heard reconcile. And it's because someone really has deeper feelings than they have let on. When you look here, there is a fish. And this fish is very shocking. Nobody expects a fish to be in a cup. So I feel like when this person comes in, it's going to be very shocking. But I do feel that this person is willing to come in this time around. Whomever this is, whether this be you or the other person, Cancer, you know your story. But they're willing now. You see these two, they're kind of working in this dirt. The dirt represents that earth element, which is of grounding. And then you could see this boy, right? This boy, because here's the man, and this boy is here with this blue. So I feel like maybe there was, you know, some lack of expression of feelings. That's what I'm hearing. This person was blocked communicatively, did not express their truth, did not express their emotions. And now they know they have to take more initiative in doing so. It has to be equal give and take. That's why they're both pouring, you know, kind of, you know, laying the groundwork almost. Thank you, Spirit. And so this person may want to come in, or you may want to go to them, Cancer, and offer some sort of apology, offer this cup of love, which could be very shocking, but there is a sense that there's a deeper soul contract here, because these two individuals that are on this bench is almost like daydreaming and remembering. It's like nostalgic in a positive way. So that's beautiful. I love it. So let's see what else we got. Ciao. All right. So why is this Eight of Cups crossing for Cancer? Spirit, I have a message of love and light. Why is this Eight of Cups here? Why is the Eight of Cups here for Cancer? Why is the Eight of Cups here crossing for Cancer? Wow. See that? Look at that. The Three of Swords. So someone was very heartbroken. Someone most certainly chose to leave a connection, leave a relationship, because they felt emotionally bankrupt. They felt like they gave so much to the connection, but they couldn't get anything in return. And I feel like because they're a sword energy, this is dealing with communication. It's dealing with one's ability to express their feelings, express their emotions, I'm getting. And maybe that's why there was this sense of lack in this connection here, is because someone did not feel the love. The words were never spoken. I feel like the actions were kind of blurry, like someone could not tell if they were cared for or not. You see that? The Three of Swords to me also is obviously a lesson that someone had to learn in love, in matters of the heart. There were certain belief systems and ideologies that they may have needed to also change. You know, a lot of times we learn from our environments. And if you grow up in a unhealthy environment, some of the ways that you exhibit love or interpret love can be a little, you know, a little, could be imbalanced. It could be incorrect, invalid, I'm hearing. Thank you, Spirit. So I feel like this was more so, this heartbreak was something that was a karmic lesson. Whoever walked away triggered someone to reassess love, how they interpret it, how they understand it, because someone was obviously a little misguided, a little confused. But this is excruciating pain, heartbreak, because someone walked away, someone left a situation because they felt a lack of emotional reciprocity. I heard. I feel like there was no absence of love. I feel like this person absolutely loved, you know, and I feel like you loved them, Cancer. But I feel like in terms of someone feeling the love through not only just your words, I'm hearing again, but through your actions, through the way that you show it, through the way that you express it. And expression isn't just verbal expression. It's more than that. And so I feel like that's ultimately what caused the breakdown and the breakup within this connection, Cancer. So we do see that there. That was a lot of hurt and pain, but we do know that because you were in a state of healing through, whatever you experience with that emotional loss card. So why is the Two of Pentacles here for what's in Cancer's subconscious? Wow, okay. That just flew out. Let me get it on the floor. So yeah, someone was sitting around waiting while someone was juggling. Someone was really waiting for things to pick up, waiting for someone to take action, to come towards them. But like I said, there was just, an element of someone really juggling, whether that be another person, another relationship, another family, or just work. But there was something that took more precedence, over this connection. And it made someone feel a little unfulfilled. And so, things were imbalanced. There was a lack of balance within this dynamic, within this connection. But someone was still making a lot of effort and took a lot of steps to reach their own level of fulfillment. But this is something they wanted to, I'm hearing, share with the other party. So they may, so they may have been waiting around for someone to either make a gesture or make some sort of offer to commit, to establish something more solid, and that time never came, unfortunately. So let's see. So either you're thinking about this or someone else is thinking about this, but maybe you're contemplating, if that is you, Cancer, how you may have been juggling, may have had a lot of responsibilities. And when you are juggling a lot, it's hard to have each of those things you're juggling get your undivided attention. So there's no way to give everything 110% if you're juggling multiple things at one time. And so I think that that's ultimately what may have caused something or someone to have some sort of breakdown and feel a level of imbalance within this connection. So why is the Lovers here for Cancer's crossing energy? This just flew out. So you have the Page of Pentacles. So I am feeling most certainly that someone is realizing that this divine union, this sacred union, this spiritual union is something that is going to lead to, I'm hearing, higher level of commitment, engagement, marriage. Someone is thinking long and hard about investing because there is this love. Someone realized someone brings balance, brings happiness, brings light and vitality into their lives. There's strong passion and sexual attraction. And someone is really contemplating how to make this offer. They're looking at this pentacle because they know that there's going to be work required, but they're willing to do the work. They're willing to make the effort. They're willing to compromise. And they're really, really strongly coming in with a solid offer. This is perhaps what you're thinking about. Maybe you're contemplating making a solid offer to someone that you've discovered you have this love connection with. Someone that you at one point in time felt like you were at a crossroad. But now you realize and you've discovered by doing your own internal work and healing from that past hurt, that past pain, that this most certainly is a gesture that you ought to make. Thank you, Spirit. So why is the Six of Pentacles here for the recent past? Look at this. Look at this. You got the Tower. Sudden change, upheaval. This is illusions, delusions, and faulty foundations. Something needed to be destroyed so that it can be rebuilt. And things have to be destroyed because why? There were certain red flags that weren't being paid attention to. There were certain signs that weren't being paid attention to. There were certain synchronistic acts that we're not being paid attention to. And what happens when you don't pay attention? Well, the divine is going to get your attention. And how does the divine get your attention? By burning the house down. The castle blow up. He blew that ish up. This is like blow it up, destroy so we can rebuild. And that's because there was someone else that entered the picture. You got a king and a queen being thrusted out of this castle. How does a king and a queen get thrusted? You see they're both wearing their, they both have a crown. Well, the feminine has her crown still attached to her head. So maybe there's a level of integrity that she maintained. But the masculine energy, maybe he did not. I am just merely interpreting the cards. Do not shoot me down, okay? But there was a level of imbalance because there was someone else in the picture. The masculine was giving his time and attention to someone else. This could be someone that he met at the job and entertained, someone that he knew from the job. Maybe not just the job he has now, maybe from a job a couple of years ago, whatever the case may be. Imbalance. You cannot give to two. You have to choose. And so this person couldn't choose. So guess what? The divine chose to just shut shit down. So that's why there was imbalance in this connection. There was definitely a third party, party of four, party of five situation that was happening. And this was a necessary change. A necessary change so that the new can emerge. Something better, stronger, pure can emerge in this scenario. Ashe? So why is the Knight of Cups here for what's coming towards our beloved Cancers? Why is the Knight of Cups here for what's coming towards our beloved Cancers? Thank you, Spirit. So you see somebody that you are fancying, Cancer, or vice versa. We see this Knight of Cups that is going towards this beloved divine feminine. The Queen of Pentacles knows her worth and value. And the Knight of Cups is very, very chivalrous, very charming, very emotionally intelligent. So this can be a beautiful union and connection. I feel that you see someone's worth and value. You see someone is not only domestic, but also resourceful, able to take care of her own. She's abundant, she's successful, she's down to earth, she's earthly, she's royal, regal. She's powerful. She's a businesswoman. She's business savvy. She knows how to take care of the home, knows how to take care of the business. But she's also a healer. I'm hearing a shaman. She knows how to use the herbs and the roots to heal ailments. She's also very grounded. She knows her value. She knows her worth because she's been through a lot as well. She's wifey material. So when you come in towards her, she is expecting something solid because she can provide all that she needs for herself. So the material aspects does not mean anything to her. She wants someone that could come in and ground her. Someone that can come in and provide her that security, that stability, that love, that attentiveness, that affection. And that's what is most certainly coming her way. And I feel it's going to be shocking, maybe because she is very much on her grind, focusing, working on different projects, going in different, working on new endeavors. So it can be something shocking and surprising that's coming in because it's unexpected, but it's something that she needs because maybe it is necessary for her to ground herself in a connection and not be so focused on finances and money and business, and maybe she needs a little love in her life. Ashe? So this is beautiful. So why is the Six of Swords here? Thank you, Spirit. You got the Knight of Wands. So you're definitely, it looks like you was dealing with some very flighty energy. I see that someone is moving away. Someone is moving on to calmer waters because they were dealing with this very rambunctious, flighty. This is the player of the deck. The Knight of Wands likes to hit it and quit it. Unfortunately, I don't mean to judge, but that's just their energy. Very player-esque, player from the Himalaya type of energy. And they, they may make a lot of promises, but they don't keep them because they're always on the go. And I feel like that's why there's a move. That's why there's this energy of going to find rest and recovery, relief, balance, movement, moving away from that energy that could be very promiscuous even. Someone who's very much in and out. They make promises, say they're going to do this, do that, and then you turn your head, turn back, they're gone. And you don't hear from them. And then they pop up on the grid again. And it's like, well, where the hell did you go the last time? And can we, it's like this energy is just very unpredictable. But they are very passionate. They're a good time. They're fun. But if you're looking for something long term and you want commitment, that's not the energy that's going to give it to you. And so I believe that that's something that you have, come into knowledge about, because there is this, this circle that's around your crown. So I do feel like there was a download. I look at those dots on this card as downloads, like the divine giving you that download. And so you realize that that was not anything that you wanted to partake in. And so you moved away, and remember Vesta told you that, your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. So maybe you realize that it's time for you to release, cut the cord, detach from this energy that you may have around you that could be very impulsive, flighty, and not willing to compromise, not willing to go into any type of long-term commitment, not willing to commit. Ashe. So why is the Page of Pentacles here for Cancer's incoming energy? Remember, we had 3 cards that flew out for your what's coming towards you energy. So why is the Page of Pentacles here? Ooh. Okay, all right. It flew out, and look at that, King of Pentacles. So you got the Queen and the King of Pentacles. There's definitely an offer, solid offer. Someone is making an offer of commitment. There is a higher level of commitment that is going to be offered either by you or your person, and it's being spiritually guided. There's a level of angelic presence. The divine is orchestrating, doing their thing behind the scenes, Cancer. And this is beautiful. There is someone coming in that's going to match your fly, because we see the Queen and the King. It's as if you are praying and wishing and hoping. You're like almost putting intention. And that pentacle is not just about finances. It's also about family, long-term commitment, relationship, marriage. So you could be putting that intention and visualizing, this pentacle as, someone making that type of offer. And sure enough, look what happens. You have someone, a King of Pentacles, someone that definitely matches your fly, speaks the same love language, wants what you want, very practical, willing to compromise, hardworking, resourceful, willing to come in and be that teammate. This is a power couple. This is 2 people who can truly manifest abundance and prosperity. And someone is coming in to make that gesture. And this gesture, it may seem small, but it's something grand, because it's going to grow, it's going to develop into marriage, long-term commitment. This is someone you can have children with, share a home with. This is someone that wants to grow old with you, just as it's depicted in the 6 of Cups. This is where it goes from. Someone that you grew up with, literally someone that you've seen as a child, and there was a love and a bond and a connection that was unspoken, chemistry. And look at this. It surpasses time. Even in this depiction of them in the now, because that's the past, this is the current, this is the now energy. Look at them. Look at the chemistry. Look at the love. Look at the affection, the embrace. That's beautiful. Cancer, I'm telling you, keep me posted. Let me know who you marrying and when the marriage is, because I want to be there. Why is the Queen of Swords here for Cancer's attitude? Why is this Queen of Swords here for Cancer's attitude? Thank you, Spirit. You're seeing the truth, standing in your truth, only accepting the truth, only admiring the truth. I'm over here making songs. This is so beautiful. Look at this. There's a sense of like not just seeing the truth, but being completely elated because you have come into the truth. This is the happiest card in the deck because it just brings so much life to a situation. So even if you have dealt with something that was toxic, something that was heavy and negative, when that sun shines, baby, it feels like a new day. You feel so much vitality, so much life. You feel abundant. You feel healthy. It revives you. It recalibrates your spirit. This is beautiful. And this is someone that could be coming in. You can have some sort of material abundance and success and prosperity. And it's coming because you stood your ground. Just because you're in this Queen of Swords energy doesn't mean that you are like mad and angry, because a lot of people like to, describe the Queen of Swords as a bitch. I don't think she's a bitch. I just think she stands up for what she truly believes in. And she does not like anyone insulting her intelligence. That is not wrong. I don't think anyone wants to be insulted intelligently. No one wants to be disrespected. So yeah, you have to put, some respect on that Queen of Swords name. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're standing up for what you believe in. You are and know who you are. So you are not allowing anyone to come in and disturb your groove. And you are the happiest you've ever been because you are standing in your power. This is beautiful. I love this reading, Cancer. Y'all are on your shit. Why is the Sun card here for what's in Cancer's environment? Why is the Sun card here? Okay, so what's in your environment, you got the 5 of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. Look at all the sword energy. So not only is someone in your environment really frustrated because now they realize what they done lost because you done cut that ass off. Look at this. Someone realizes, goddamn, I done cut some major life force out of my life. You cut it out. You cut them out. Because the Queen, she ain't playing with that Page energy. That's childish. That's child's play. Nor is she allowing someone to mind fuck her. She's a queen, so she could see all of that. The 9 of Swords. Someone is regretting what they've done. They're finally realizing who you were in their lives, Cancer. You were the sun in their life. You brought the sun in their life. You brought laughter and happiness and bliss and abundance into their lives. This person is sitting around spying, watching your social media, driving by your house, trying to gain some sort of understanding of how the hell you transformed. If you look, there are 10 birds at the crown of this page's head. So this is them truly doing research, trying to understand what's going on. They know that they were completely nasty, said nasty things, played a lot of psychological mind games, gaslighting you, mind fuckery. This is just, and they had joy at one point in time. Because look at the smirk on this face. You walked away though. Somebody walked away from this negativity because it was taxing. And now someone is stuck to deal with their actions. This is karma. You reap what you sow. And I'm not saying, that that's what they get or anything like that. I'm just saying that, what you put out there, you get back. Life is like a boomerang. It's a boomerang effect. It's karma. Karma dharma, baby. So now someone can't get no rest at night. They can't sleep. They stuck in their head, overthinking, underthink, like they just doing too much of thinking to the point where they're suffering from insomnia, the lack of rest. And what they need to do is perhaps apologize. I heard apologize for their actions, or maybe this is something you might need to do because this is what you may have caused your person. I don't know. You got to switch the roles. I'm just speaking, to the cards that are displaying themselves. But there is someone who is spying, someone who knows that they did some really dirty work. They played a very ugly game, and the game was manipulation. And whenever someone is intentionally trying to hurt someone else, That isn't anything. There's nothing positive can come from that. So it is best to walk away. And it seems like someone did most certainly walk away. And not only did they walk away, but they it's like they retreated. They said, you know what? You play that game by yourself while I go over to this body of water and heal. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. Like, that's exactly what happened. And so that's why the emotional withdrawal is here for you, Cancer, because I feel like whatever you were dealing with, it rendered you imbalanced, and you had to find your balance. And you had to also find your emotional balance because it was very toxic. It was very negative. Look at this body of water in the back. So that's what you did. You went to that water to heal, to cleanse, to clean, clear, and cleanse your energy. And now someone else is, look at this, they're stuck. They're stuck replaying the shit that they did, because now they're becoming enlightened. Now they're seeing the truth in the way that they behaved. So, and you could, like I said, this could have been someone that you have children with, someone that you had a high level of commitment with, a relationship with. They're really, truly, finally seeing the truth. I think that they lacked it at some point in time, either because they refused to see it, but someone is getting a dose of what I like to call their own medicine. And it is about you, because you're showing up as the sun here, and then you're showing up as the sun in their energy, what's in your environment. So it's obvious that, they're realizing who you are and what you brought to their life. So why is this Ace of Swords here? Thank you, Spirit. Someone wants to speak about, baby, please, can we start all over again? Can we take a walk in the park and talk about things getting better? Yeah, this is what they want. They want to speak a truth. Someone wants to come back. They want to reconcile. But the funny thing is, like, they don't really want to talk about the truth, because there's still a lot of anger. There's still a lot of frustration, resentment, and, deception that is obviously has entangled in this connection. So it's almost like they're saying, like, can we just put the past behind us and just, take this leap of faith? Let's just see where we land, and I don't think you're having that, because you are coming up, Cancer, in that Queen of Swords energy. So it's like you already see analytically, what this person is trying to do. You may still have a lot of frustration and animosity and resentment that you are holding against this person, but this person is very persistent in wanting to start again. I feel like they're very foolish as to think that, things can just pick up where they left off. But I do feel like ultimately they are wanting to, start again, try again, reconcile. This is, starting at ground zero, so this is literally like, picking up not so much where you left off, but trying to rebuild. But I don't know how you can rebuild if you don't even want to, have a discussion about what broke down in the relationship. Because how do you know in the future you're not going to repeat those actions if you don't address it, if you don't talk through that situation, or, understand what someone else's feelings or expectations were of you, of the connection, of the commitment. So it's like you can't just take a leap off a cliff and think that that's showing some grand effort to work on something. I feel like there has to be a sit down and an address as to, what potentially broke down in the connection. So it's almost as if this person wants to avoid having a real, honest, transparent conversation, because we did see, Cancer, when I was, pulling your energy, it was almost as if someone's trying not to confess, communicate, express their truth. So if that's you, work on that. But if that's your person, then that's what's the blockage between you and this person. So why is the Three of Wands here for the outcome? Why is this Three of Wands here for Cancer's outcome, divine spirit of love and light? We got the Five of Wands. So there's a lot of gossip, a lot of naysayers, a lot of people who are, running names in the mud, talking a lot of ish, but you got the bird's eye view. So the Two of Swords flew out for the Three of Wands. So you're listening to your intuition. You're not allowing anyone to disturb you in this process of making an intelligent decision as far as which direction you are going. You are using head over heart. You're listening to your intuition and you're listening to your own instruction. And I feel like you're looking at everything. Not only do you have a lot of emotion and love invested in this very heavy decision that you're having to make, but I feel like there's a sense that you know that there are things that you're unaware of. There's a lot of secrets that you're unaware of. And maybe there's a lot of truths that haven't been exposed. And maybe that was you that was hiding those things, not expressing your feelings, not expressing your truth. And now you realize that the best thing you can do is to ready, set, go, to go towards your dreams, to go follow your passions, to take that initial step in the direction, take action towards getting what you want, achieving what you desire. And you're listening to your intuition. I want to get one more card. Let me get one more card to clarify the Three of Wands for Cancer's outcome. Thank you, Spirit. So they said you ain't going to get one card, you're going to get two. So let me see which one. Okay. Look at that. Nine of Pentacles. You're going after someone that you see a longer or a more serious level of commitment with. There's a level of independence, stability, success, achievement. And there's this Page of Wands. There's a communication. There's a message. I feel like you know that there's some sort of action you're needing to take, and you're going to take action to go towards someone, or someone is taking action to come towards you, because I feel like someone finally sees someone's worth, someone's value, seeing someone as worth investing in long term. Solid connection, a solid relationship, someone that they can really truly build with. Thank you, Spirit. And this message may shock you, or you may shock someone, but you're thinking long and hard. And this time around, you're trusting your own inner knowing. You're not allowing anyone external to you to influence your decision, because you know that with that Five of Wands energy that flew out, you know, that's a lot of people's opinions and gossip and a lot of things that you don't particularly want to hear, because there is some level of attraction and love. And we do see that you have some sort of soul contract with someone. Whatever you're offering someone will lead to a higher level of commitment. And there may be some differences which could have caused the delay in the first place. But I do see that you feel, or someone feels like they are wanting a higher level of commitment here, Cancer. So that is your reading. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. That is your reading. What a beautiful and powerful reading this was. But I see resilience, I see perseverance, I see you fighting for your truth, fighting for what you believe in, and releasing what does not serve you anymore. And when you have that type of energy, you can only start, attracting what you truly desire. So you're more receptive right now to attracting what you want, Cancer. So this is a beautiful reading. I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for tuning and tapping into Higher Frequencies Portal. Until next time, Ashe.